What's going on, guys? Welcome back to No Impulse Control. I'm Justin.
I'm Jasmine.
We're sitting like this. Okay. I
It's a
am,
little comfier to sit like this now.
I am sophisticated and upright.
Well, okay, you guys, I got a new chair. However, this chair allows me to sit upright. It's crazy, right?
Isn't it
Um,
right?
it also kind of hurts my hips because I'm so used to sitting in my other chair and I have figured out a way to sit with my hips the right way that when I'm sitting with my hips the right way in this chair, I'm realizing, man, I've just been screwing up my hips. So
Hmm.
that's where I'm at
eh,
today. I'm tired too.
Dang.
2 more days.
Yeah. I actually. So I remember it was a couple days ago for us, but I remember you were looking at the chairs, and I'm pretty excited that you got that one. I know it's not
Mm-hmm.
like exactly what you were
Very
looking
comfy.
for, but it's better than what you got or
You
what
guys
you
ready for
had.
this?
There she goes. Not scared at all, I promise.
No, it's fine. I'm not going to move at all. It's actually quite
I can do
comfortable.
that too.
Hey, can we just
Whoa.
record? I was going to say, can we just record the podcast at these angles today?
I feel like it's not great angles for either of us,
Well, you
if
know
I'm
what
being
though?
honest.
Body support and love. I'll just cover that. I think it's fine. I think the trauma really started when I was 3. Um, that's what this feels like.
Wait, you're in therapy? I thought I was in therapy today.
Uh-oh. All right, so I'll therapize you, you therapize me. What's going on?
Uh, you know, I'd rather not talk about it.
Okay, well, I want to talk about it. So, I got 2 days
I
till
guess
break.
for now.
I don't think that I can move without falling. I will be honest with you here. All right. Wait, we got it. Okay.
Oh yeah, smooth as silk. So yours has a latch or a lever that like locks it in place.
Yeah.
Hmm, interesting.
Yeah.
Mine's just a tiny lever that I pull up and have to hold it as I go up and down, and it has
Mm,
like notches to where you can lean.
I don't like that.
I like it.
I
It's
do
just,
like
it's nice.
I do like that I am not sinking further. So like
Mm.
I'm at sorry, I am so itchy. I tried a new detergent and it is itching. Um But yeah, my other chair, like I would set it to the certain height that I wanted, and then it would be like, surprise, you never know what height you're gonna be. I think the gas
You're
chamber was
down
going,
lucky.
but
You
we're
what?
gonna just the gas chamber went in it. These are gonna die.
Oh, nice.
I'm just waiting.
And
No. Enjoy the strobe lights, guys.
it's a
So
party
woot
every
woot.
day.
So Justin, it's 2 days until our spring break.
Thank God. I'm so ready for
Have
break.
your kids been on one?
I've been there for one day and I'm ready to quit.
Yeah, that was rough.
So I don't want to tell the whole story,
Then
but I
don't
will
tell the
tell
whole
you some
story.
of it. I've been out sick for a couple days,
Mm-hmm.
and it's Wednesday for us now, so I've been out sick for a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
Missed Monday, Tuesday. My kids know that there is an expectation that you are more respectful and better behaved when I
Yeah.
am not there than when I am there. I
Okay.
walked in today and found a couple of my own personal things broken that I bring into school, like snapped in half, can't be fixed, and heard stories about what was happening in my room for the 2 days that they've been, or that I haven't had them.
Hmm.
And one, it's frustrating because the kids know better.
Right.
They've been told it. I've had the conversations with them,
Mm-hmm.
blah, 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 blah. Two, it's frustrating because where was the adult? Like, I
Yeah.
love our subs,
And also,
but yeah. So I'm just kind of, I'm really frustrated with how that time went.
mm-hmm.
Luckily today, my principal was there and I was able to like, hey, we need to have a conversation because
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't work for me. I'm ready to boot these kids out of my class because they're being disrespectful and it's not the first time, blah, 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 blah,
Mm-hmm.
blah. And obviously, we don't want to kick kids out of our classes. That's not our goal as teachers.
Right.
But
But
when
at
a
the
kid
same
pushes you to
time,
the point, Like I was visibly angry. I
Mm-hmm.
walked down the hallway and one of the teachers goes, "Are you okay?" Like I'm not generally an angry
No.
person, but I'm visibly mad because of how they treated my stuff and how they acted while in my classroom.
Well, and one of the things that you had broken, I remember from college.
Yeah.
Like we moved when we moved in together in 2019, we had that up in the house.
I had it when I was in middle school. It's been with me everywhere I've been in my room.
Mm-hmm.
So it was pretty frustrating to have that broken, and I think that's part of why I was so frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
But like even so, like I am allowed to be frustrated even if it's not my own personal things that are broken.
Honestly, even a pencil I get frustrated about because I'm like, why? Why?
Right. But I don't know. The kids now I guess just don't have empathy. I sound like an old person,
Respect.
but like
It's respect.
it's respect, yeah.
Because,
And so my
sorry.
goal tomorrow is to kind of scare them a little bit and let them know, hey, and I say this, and I know some of my students watch. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying this as like I'm doing this as a, a threat or anything like that. I'm saying this as a person who is dealing with a situation that
Mm-hmm.
frustrated me. I don't love the idea of having people who are going to be in my classroom be
Mm-hmm.
disrespectful because that means I
Nor
have to put
should
up with
you.
it and I shouldn't have to put up with that.
No, you
Just like
shouldn't.
you as students, speak to them, you as students shouldn't have to deal with a disrespectful teacher.
Right.
If I do my part, you need to do your part.
Um, so we're doing this financial aid project, and one of the things that I've learned about children through especially this year, I feel like this year was worse. Um, they have no respect for like how much things cost or time that goes into it or whatever. Um, one of the days, like, so we have these things called unexpected losses. Basically, something bad happens and you now have to pay me money. Um, and so the other day, I was like, "Oh, you guys all went swimming and your phones fell in the water." And they were like, "That's fine. We'll just get new ones." And I said, "Okay." I put up the prices for the phones, and they were like, "Why is an iPhone $1,300?" And I said, "Oh, so that's actually not what they cost anymore. They're closer to 2,000.
Yeah.
So you're getting the cheap price. I can put it at the actual prices if you want me to." And I was trying to like, I wasn't even trying to be a jerk about it. I was just trying to show them like, this is the cost of things, you guys. And so we had this whole conversation about, I said, real world, my husband's phone broke and we had to get him a new one. He cannot go without it. You guys
Right.
don't need a phone. He does to come like to contact work and stuff like that. Um, oh, he's also an adult.
Yeah.
Um, and I was like, so when we got him a new phone, like we signed up for a phone plan. It's $200 a month for both him and I for our both. Shout out my phone plan here, because US Cellular sucks ass, but it's what works. But we're paying $200 a month for two new phones. We agreed to
Right.
that. We knew the price. We knew it was way too expensive, but that's what we agreed on, and so that's what we're paying. So I told the
Right.
kids, that $200 a month is until I pay off the phone, which is a what 4 year plan usually, 5 year usually. Um, like I'm going to be paying on that for a while, and it didn't click, and so excuse me, I had like some other things where I was trying to tell them like, you break this, it's going to cost me money. So I've
Yeah.
started every time that I place an order for anything in the classroom that they've broken, certain things like pencils we have to have. Um, but fun stuff, I don't have to buy you fidgets. So when they broke my fidget, I wrote down how much it costs. And they broke my Neato. By the way,
Mm.
and do you know how expensive Neatos are?
Yeah,
Um,
well, so here's the thing. That's a common thing in today's schools. They break those things, rip them apart, play with the crap inside.
no, I don't understand it. What is so good about the like it's gross and
It's
sticky.
sticky.
Why do you
Like
want
it
to touch
yeah.
it?
I've also heard that it lights up, like you can light it on fire and
Great.
people
Do
have
that shit
and
at
like
home.
well, from what I understand, people are smearing it on the wall in the bathrooms and then lighting it on fire. I don't
You
understand.
know what we need?
I could say it, but I think we'd probably get canceled.
Do you remember those presentations that they would do in school where some stranger would come in and give an assembly on drugs or like common things?
Scared straight stuff.
Yeah, but it would be just like some dude, and he'd have this obnoxious costume, and his partner would be dressed in an equally obnoxious costume, and there were songs and there was clapping. Do you remember those? We need more of those. You
I
didn't
don't
have
remember them,
those?
but I know what you're talking about.
We had it was like I remember the cute computer game that went with it too, but we had like a basically don't talk to strangers event where strangers came and told us not to talk to strangers. But
Yeah.
it was like a whole school assembly, and there was dancing and there was fire. The Dare program. The Dare program, though, arguably led to absolutely more smoking of drugs than any other program. But those kinds of things, like, we don't have enough stories where kids are getting harmed anymore to scare them
Yeah.
straight. And
Well, I think
oh,
go ahead.
well, I was just gonna say, like, with the like them breaking shit and not like feeling any remorse about it, it's because they break stuff at home. Their parent goes like, "Oh my god, that's so expensive. Here's a new one." Like,
Hmm.
stop buying them things. I don't
Hmm.
understand it. I don't. I like if I broke something in a teacher's classroom, I would be writing apology letters. I would be purchasing a new one with my allowance money. Well, first of all, I wouldn't break something of a teacher's because that's rude. You don't break other
Right.
people's stuff.
Yeah.
My mom taught me basic human decency.
Yeah. Well, when we went into the principal's office, because I pulled the boys in and I
Good.
sat in there, waited, and listened to them, he told them that I should be expecting an apology to me from them, not in this moment, but on their own time. I won't get that, and honestly, I don't want them to apologize because to me, an apology is it's not anything.
If
The
you're
only way you can
apologizing
apologize to
without fixing
somebody
your actions, then you're not
exactly.
really.
The only way
You're
you can
just saying
apologize
words.
to somebody and mean it is if they were to change their actions. And I don't
Hmm.
see this group of boys doing that.
Hmm.
And honestly, I'm probably going to have that conversation with them tomorrow at the end of class. I'm going to hold them back and say that because realistically, I don't want to listen to you come in and be like, "I'm sorry, Mr. Davis. I didn't mean." No. Like, yes, you should apologize. That is a decent
You
human thing
should
to
have
do.
done it the moment it happened. Send me an email and
Exactly.
say, "Hey, this happened. I'm
None of
so
them came
sorry."
to me. None of them came to me. The only one that did was somebody who was gonna be involved, quote unquote, and wanted to make sure that his name was clear.
Oh,
And he came
so
to
it
me
was
this morning
selfish. Okay.
and I said, "Hey, I'm not willing to have this conversation right now. I
Yeah.
appreciate you coming to me, but I am not in the right headspace
Hmm.
because I am frustrated with what I just learned over 2 days of information that I didn't know about."
But
And I
also,
voiced that to him, and he was respectful about it.
hmm it's also so shitty that you clearly still don't feel great.
Right.
You had to take 2 days off school because you were ill,
Yeah.
which any other job, like let's just start there. If I was working at a company like a corporate office, right? And I got sick and I took 2 days off and I came back to my desk being messed up or my stuff being broken, I would not just be like, I would not, my boss would hopefully not just be like, guys, an
Need to
apology.
apologize.
You need to say you're sorry because that would be weird. But also, nobody would touch my stuff, you know? But as teachers, we're just sort of expected to take it and, like,
Yep.
well, kids will be kids. Why?
Not if you train them right, not if you teach them, not if you
Like,
like educate them on what it's good to be a human being.
like sure, kids will be kids, you're right, and kids will break things and kids will make mistakes, but then it's your job to then say, okay, bud, so you made a mistake, now what? Like, how do we fix this?
and it's not just, "Oh, it's all right. Here's another phone that you broke." I have a kid right now who has their mom's old phone because they broke their last one, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting the 18 as soon as it comes out." And I'm like,
First of all,
"You
why?
just broke a phone. You just broke one.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you need the 18? You
Mm-hmm.
should be getting the 11.
You should not be getting one.
Right now, you shouldn't have one, yes. But you should be getting like my dad, when
Flip
I
phone.
broke my phone, my dad gave me a flip phone
Mm-hmm.
for months. Said, "Here you go. This is what you got."
When I broke, so I broke the screen on my mom got me my very first smartphone was a little Samsung thing, and I broke the screen on it. I accidentally dropped it, and so I did what all kids do, right? Like you go to your mom, you're like, I need a new one. It broke, but the parents' job is then be like, sucks.
Tell
Yeah,
them no.
tell them no, but also like you can get them a new one, but make them work for it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
as an
that was
adult,
part of it. That's why I had it for a month, was because my dad made me work for it. I had to do chores. I had to, like,
if I
there was
wanted
things I had to do.
if I wanted that phone fixed, I had to, and I was working. So my mom was like, you need to make the money to go pay for it. My car, if it broke down, I had to go pay a service for that. Mommy
Yep,
didn't just do it for me.
yep.
Um, like I don't, it's entitled, but it's also like, it's not just entitled because
It's learned entitlement.
it's learned behavior.
Yeah, it's learned, like, oh, I can break this and there won't be a consequence.
Yeah.
And to me, and the other part of this, and this is what this honestly, the broken thing, yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
frustrates me. It is upsetting that they broke my own personal things. I did bring it
Mm-hmm.
into the school, and I know the risks of that. Fine. What
I
upsets
disagree.
me the
You're in high
most,
school. They shouldn't have broken it.
they shouldn't have. You're right. But what upsets me the most is that that was put away in a closet that was closed and locked. So
Hey,
somehow, I know how they unlocked it because it's not hard to unlock, but somehow or some reason they thought, after being told many times not to go into my closet by me, they thought, I'm going to go into this closet, grab this thing that I know he's told me not to use, and tell the sub, yeah, it's okay. He lets us use it. So they lied, they broke into my stuff, and then they manipulated the sub. And all they have to do is apologize. And they
that's
won't. They won't even
ridiculous.
come to apologize.
No, it's gonna be an offhanded comment a month later where they're like, "Oh, Davis, sorry about that."
Yeah. I'm like I said, I'm pulling them in to tomorrow, gonna have a conversation with them, say, I'm not okay with you doing what you did. And for my other classes, so today's groups, I didn't have a bad note from them, but because of the way that that happened, I
Mm-hmm.
had to have the conversation of, guys, we need to do what we're supposed to do when I'm not here. I have days that I'm not gonna be here, and you need to be on, like, and
Mm-hmm.
I did it in a way that was hopefully more mean excuse me, more meaningful than me doing what I just did. And like I was more I asked one of my seniors at the end of the day, I was like, was I more aggressive? Was that like, was the tone right for that? Because I'm kind of done with having to deal with the
Mm-hmm.
behaviors. And he's like, yeah, the message was pretty clear.
But it should like, it's
Stay out
common
of my crap.
sense.
If it's closed, it's closed. Don't go into it.
I have a drawer at school that's got my files in it. Now, right now, it's just like extra work and like there's like the reading packets and stuff. It's not anything personal, but at times I have IEPs in there. I have, I also, it doesn't actually rephrase that. It does not matter what I have in that drawer. That is my
No,
drawer on my desk.
right.
The kids are not to touch the things on my desk, and they know that. And yet, regularly, I'll come back from meetings and they're like, "Oh, I just grabbed it off your desk. Why were you at my desk? One, when I wasn't there, but two, why are you taking things off my desk? Oh, well, I was told I could." And all the teachers were like, "No, the fuck you weren't. No, you weren't." Um, it is draining to have to
I've
say
been back for a
no.
day and I'm ready to be done.
Yeah. Today sucked anyway. I don't know what was going on today specifically. But they were all on one. I got to have the I keep thinking that I'm saying things that are mean. And then I keep getting told, "You're not being mean. You're just like a softie." And you're just like, guys. And that's like, I think I'm coming across me. I had like a sit down, everyone shut the fuck up conversation with my kids today. I was over it. I'd been
Yeah.
giving directions about, we're doing this stupid math project, and I had been giving directions about tax day, and I'm trying to tell them, without bashing the government too much, what taxes are for. And I said, taxes are for, they pay your government officials. One of my kids whose mom is a school teacher was like, "Oh, they pay for school." And I said, "Yep, public school is funded by taxes. Our roads, our community buildings, libraries, like all those things are funded publicly by taxes. So when your parents, they sit down and they file all that paperwork at the beginning of the year, that's what that's for." Now,
Hmm.
I don't want to tell them that it's also funding like sex jets because that doesn't need to be said. They'll learn that in their own time.
Right.
But I was like, and they fund, government officials so that those people can lead us. That started in the American Revolution, that we have a certain tax system because of that, blah, blah, blah. And I was going through it. And I had three kids that had their hands up the moment I said, "All right, it's time to grab our bank accounts." What could you possibly have a question about already? I have
Exactly
done,
what you just explained.
I have, oh, but I haven't explained any of that yet. All I said was go grab your bank account. And then after that, I did the explanation. But it was, all right, guys, go grab your bank accounts. So I asked, do you have a question? I'm confused. And I was like, about what? Like, what? I'm willing to help you, but with what? Well, I'm confused. What are we doing? Ask your neighbor.
Currently going to grab your stuff.
Well, I just said ask your neighbor because I was like, I'm not, no. I said it, everybody else is up. So she asked her neighbor, and her neighbor looks at her and goes, were you not listening? Clock it. Love that.
Yeah.
Because he's tired of her too. And she was like, well, what do you mean? And he goes, she said to grab your bank account. What do you see all of us doing? And like, fine. I'm letting them handle it. They've got a teacher there, whatever. So then I explain all that, like taxation, representation, whatever. And I say, so
Yeah.
for us in this project, we're not going to do the whole taxes for the whole year because we're only doing it for 4 weeks. So I need you to add this, plus this, plus this, plus this. I wrote it on the board. I said it 3 times. I passed them out a paper that had the formula written down. Questions again. What do we have questions on? So I asked one kid and he goes, do you want me to then do the percentage afterwards? And I said, don't worry about that yet. We're going to do that all together. I haven't taught you guys percentage yet. Don't worry. And he goes, what if I already know it? And I said, just pause. Just follow the direction.
Listen to what I'm saying and do it, please.
But I already know how to do it. Great.
Great.
You know what? I love that for you. But for me, stop. And he did. And that was fine. He's did this project last year with me, so he knew this stuff, and I get that,
Yeah.
but just follow along. Just do the thing I'm asking. The 2 kids who had their calculators and papers out first, it took them 10 minutes to add. Which, I get it. Like, I work in a special purpose private school, but you're not here for your academics, and you know how to fucking add. Sorry, Nana. I'm heated. I am so sorry. I'm gonna keep saying it. I don't know why I keep apologizing for it. I do feel bad. But, like, I'm explaining the directions, and I feel like a broken record. I am saying the same thing, and so I just stopped. And I'm standing literally like... Because as I'm talking, they're all talking over me. They're all having conversations with each other about, look what I typed on the calculator. Could you type the numbers I'm asking you to type? That'd be so crazy, guys. I know. Just type the number 4,800 4 times. Add those together.
I had a situation today where I was in my advisory, and I have sophomores, and I was like helping them sign up for classes for next year.
Mm-hmm.
And as they're going through it, I'm like fielding questions, helping, going around, blah blah blah. But I'd be helping one kid, and this other kid would be like, "I have a question," and then start talking.
Why did
And I'm
they do
like
that?
over here dealing with this kid
Why did they
talking,
do that?
actively talking, because nobody like stops them. I don't know. I don't understand it either because I don't do that. I don't know if I ever
I don't
did
do
that. I
that.
don't think I did.
I was
Like,
also
hey,
chastised
I have
pretty
a question.
heavily.
Okay, great. I'll be right there. Like,
I never was the kid that said, hey, I have a question. It was just...
yeah, raise your hand and sit quietly. That's
But
what we were always told.
I also just waited till my teacher was available. Like, I don't know.
That too.
Maybe I didn't, but I remember being like in middle school. And if I looked up and she was talking, I'd be like, come on, like I have a question. As soon as she's available, okay, I have a question. And then she'd come over, right? Like I waited till we eye contact.
Right.
So many out of my 9 kids, 8 of them will go, so Miss Corkins, I have a question. So blah blah blah. And I'm like, brother, I didn't even call on you.
I'm not even paying attention to you.
I've started saying, and I got chastised the other day, and I was like, I'm not changing how I'm saying this. I just point blank. And then they observed a class. They were like, sounds good. Have a good time. Because how are you going to tell me? Anyway, I have started saying, I haven't called on you, so I'm not talking to you. And then continue whatever. Yeah. Or just being like, nope, not right now. And just hand up, because if I don't, they just bombard me. I heard my name the other day 76 times in 3 hours. 76 times! That's obnoxious! Why are you talking that much? Most of that, by the way, 2 kids. Just 2.
Yep.
Why are you saying my name that much? Stop saying my name. Don't say things.
Keep my name out your mouth.
Keep my name out your goddamn mouth. Just sit quietly.
My favorite thing to do when they're doing that is, I hear you, now stop talking. And then I turn back because I've had enough. I'm actively, you can look at me and see me actively talk to a
You
kid.
can see me in
Stop
a
trying to talk to
conversation.
me.
It
Like,
is so,
use your brain for
ugh.
a hot sec.
And it's one thing if I'm actively in a conversation with you and we're interrupting each other and whatever, fine,
Yeah.
whatever. It happens. I have to have morning meeting conversations with these guys all the time where I'm like, guys, you have to stop interrupting me. And at one point I was like, guys, you have to stop distracting me when I'm giving instructions because then I confuse you. So if you want to know what we're doing, stop interrupting me.
Yeah.
Raise your hand and wait to be called on. Miss
I
Corkins,
use
Miss Corkins, I have a question. Miss Corkins, Miss Corkins, Miss Corkins, Miss Corkins, I have a question. Great, go tell God. I don't what? I'm not
I will
answering your
get there
question.
when I get there.
Like,
I like to say when they're talking over me, I'm not fighting voices.
ooh, I like that one.
Because
I like that
I'm a
one.
big person of like I raise my voice, I get excited, I get, amped up and I get louder. But
Yeah,
when especially this time of year, I'm always sick for some reason and my throat always
Colin.
hurts. Probably, yeah. So I'm like, I'm not fighting voices. This is the tone you're getting, and this is the level you're getting, and I'm not gonna
Oh,
fight the fact that you're talking
I
over
love
me.
that.
And if you want to keep fighting my voice, then we'll not have the conversation, and you'll have to do this without me.
I like that. That's really good, especially for independent work time. I
Yep.
like that. Well, mine today, I had enough, so I'm standing at the front of the room. The girl who keeps interrupting me looks at me and goes, "Why'd you stop talking?"
Because you are.
And what I said to the whole class was, because when I'm talking, you guys all seem to feel like it's perfectly okay to talk over me. And for that matter, any teacher that's talking to you, you just talk over them. So I'm done. To those, and I was like, to those of you who are doing what you need to do, who have been following my instructions, listening along, I'm so sorry that I've been getting interrupted and you haven't been able to follow. Thank you for doing your work the right way. This message is not for you. Keep on keeping on. For those of
Yeah.
you who are not included, to the two I just made eye contact with, this is what I'm talking about when I say interrupting me. And I paused, and then this girl looks at me and goes, "So, like, are you upset with us? Read the fucking room. Make just think about it for 30 seconds. Use the noggin, use it, and think about your question. Am I upset?
Do
Do
I
I
sound
look
upset?
do I
Listen to
look
my
happy?"
tone.
So I just looked at her and I said,
You are a kid in a special education program. I feel like you can read people's body language.
"Oh, diagnosis wise probably not." But um
I'm thinking there's potential trauma, and that kind of comes from or helps you build
yeah.
ability.
Yeah, you would think. Apparently all my kids, the moment they step through the door, they're like, "La di da." I love them. I love them all. But they're like, gee, oh my god. And I would say the same thing if it was adults doing this. Actually, I would be
Yeah.
much more firm if this was adults.
Yeah.
Um, but they're going to be adults, and they can't be doing this. This is
I'm scared. Like,
not how you
I'm
talk to
actually
people.
scared. I'm actually
I'm
scared to
like
see
yelling
what
at you
these
guys.
kids
I'm so
actually act
sorry.
like. Like, I know they're kids and I know they'll grow up and they'll mature some. I see it every year when they go from, or every 4 years when they go from freshman to senior. I get that. But I'm
This group is
interested to see
different.
how they're going to act.
This is really I mean, so kindergartners right now are the last group of COVID kids.
Yep.
So, um, slowly but surely over the next 10 years, we're going to finally have filtered out all of the COVID kids from school. But then what are we left
What
with?
damage has been done, though?
Then we have COVID adults.
Yeah.
I'm not as high functioning as I was before COVID. I know that. I'm
I
addicted to my.
try to be.
I'm trying to be. I'm addicted to screen time. I'm shorter tempered. I have no, like,
Yeah.
everything in COVID was almost instant, which is so counterproductive, right? But like, it was instant gratification.
Yep.
Um, I wanted to talk to my teacher and it wasn't office hours. I'd email. They were on their computer already. They'd email back. I
Right.
wanted to turn something in, now instead of tomorrow. I don't have anything else to do. Not like I can work. Not like I can leave my house. I want to watch a movie right now. I watch a movie right now. I want to say, screw it, I'm not going to any classes today because I want to get drunk in my kitchen. Sure. I
Or I
want
want to
to,
hang out with my friends because we live together. Like, we could do
sure.
that without having any classes or anything to worry about. Like,
I want to go to bed at 2 p.m. in the afternoon to the sound of my math teacher. Absolutely, I'm going to do that. What do you mean?
right.
I want to order
Yeah.
whatever I want online. Like, I could do anything. Now,
Right.
that being said, COVID was horrifying and many, many people died and it was a horrible time. But two things can be true at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
these
Okay.
guys, my God, sorry, I'm in a spiel now. Uh, they have no accountability at all. They have no remorse. They have no anything. It's just what I want right now. And not even in like, this is going to sound the most horrible way possible. So like, bear with me. Not in like the autistic way of saying I care about me, because that is like a actual neurological chemical imbalance.
Mm-hmm.
This is purely selfish, egotistical, but I don't want to do that. Sucks, dude. Tough. You think I
Bummer.
want to be here getting yelled at all day? No. I love you all and I'm here, but like, bummer, dude. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
We need a lighter topic. Tell me about something light.
Well, I was just gonna bring up Artemis. Artemis
Let's.
2.
Let's. I think that that's wonderful. First female to the
Uh, we're
moon.
we're a little behind the curve here, but
It's been busy.
Artemis went around the moon, went around Earth first, and then went around the moon,
Yeah.
and then came back. I watched a thing. I think I've told you this. I watched a thing about the trajectory of Artemis, um, Artemis
Orion.
2. Oh, nope, not Orion.
I don't know.
Apollo 11 and Apollo
Mm-hmm.
12,
Mm-hmm.
and how like the Apollo went. So this is Earth, and the moon's coming around.
Mm-hmm.
Apollo went straight out and tried to connect
Mm-hmm.
as the moon was going, and they lost that momentum to get them to the
Mm-hmm.
moon. They still had to, they got their path and all that, and then they did their circle and came back. But it was just really cool to see how Artemis. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Artemis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Artemis. Like the Greek goddess.
Artemis.
Yeah.
Yeah, Artemis went from Earth, went out, took that momentum, came back around, and then slingshotted themselves up to the moon, and the moon caught them and
They
kind of
used
let it
gravitational
circle.
pull, didn't they?
Yeah, it
Oh,
was so like
you
the
know what though?
mathematic part of that is amazing. I could not imagine.
It was an almost entirely female team that helped put this together, which was really cool science wise, because that just doesn't
Yeah.
happen very often. Um, but there was also a cat and dog that went to space, and that's very cool. Um, and there was, I don't know if you saw the really cute post, but it was as Artemis 2 came back down to Earth and they crashed and they were sending like their hey, we're coming back selfies, which was adorable. Um,
Mhm.
but as they were crashing, oh, we gotta tell her not to hop in. One moment.
Well, she's telling her that. Go get yourself some merch. I'm wearing merch. Jasmine took off merch before we started recording, but go get yourself some merch. Soon, I'm gonna hint at this without having the conversation with Jasmine, a full conversation.
I'm approving the
Soon
merch.
there will potentially be some D&D related stuff
I actually
in
started
the
working on
shop.
some designs.
Okay, so soon there will be some stuff if you're
Mm-hmm,
interested in getting
mm-hmm,
that.
mm-hmm.
Go do that.
Um,
thesoccerking1239.com, merch, drop
mm-hmm,
down,
mm-hmm,
fourth wall, get there, pay for it, give us your money, and we'll give you merch.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Also, because I forgot the last episode, also, my mom made us these
Wait,
lovely bracelets,
my desk is too big now, guys. I gotta like get up to get it. Okay.
but it says no impulse control. They are very cute, very well done.
I
She made it by
appreciate so
hand.
much.
She wanted to, she wanted us to have it added to the merch store, so that is a potential of
We'll
what
have
you
to
can
figure
buy.
out. Yeah.
We'll have to figure out, the logistics of it, but it's potential of what you can buy.
Mm-hmm,
It also is something that we have said that we'd like to potentially do a giveaway or two this year, so it could be part of the giveaways
mm-hmm,
as well. But either way, when you or when we do those giveaways, just make sure you're watching and following along and getting your name in there,
mm-hmm.
because there's a potential for you to win yourself a nice bracelet, which
They are
honestly, like,
dope as
it's
hell.
pretty solid too. Like like stretching it and it's holding pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, get yourself some merch and pay attention for the giveaways that potentially will be coming around.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to our regularly
So
scheduled
Artemis. So,
conversation. Yeah,
you know Artemis. So I don't know if you know like the lore. So Artemis is goddess of the moon, which is
yeah,
part of why. So a lot of spaceships are named after either like Oh, blowing his nose. They're named after, gods or goddesses. They're also named after like, constellation stuff that like Orion, Orion's belt. But um it was fun watching, like, honestly, I cried watching the takeoff because it's been since what, 1965? When was the first moon landing? 69?
It's been, I don't know, it's been a long time.
It's been damn near 60 years since we as humans have been to the moon in the capacity that we did. And just the like progress in space tech, it was one of those things that, like, the world is burning down right now. It is. No matter how you look at it, things are going wrong everywhere, especially here in
Everywhere.
the States.
Right.
We're losing track very quickly. And that was such a positive, and like, if it was one of those things where it was like, if it was successful, it opens so many doors and avenues, and like, it's just so cool. And I'm so excited because so the woman who was on board was the one that spent that extended period of time trapped in a space shuttle. um it was like, what, months, I
Oh,
think.
the yeah, yep,
And she came back, and then she was like, round two, motherfucker. Like, she
yeah.
went
Let's go
back
again.
up. And that just, oh, it blows my mind. And they're all four of them, they're so freaking intelligent, and it's so cool. I like space stuff. um
So the other part of it that really hit my feels was when they named one of the craters Carol because of the wife
oh
that passed away of one of
yeah.
the crewmates. That was really like, and they have the video of, when they did
Mm-hmm.
it and all that kind of stuff. It was very, very touching.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll tell you what though, you couldn't catch me in space.
No, that's clear, that's not for us. I'll stay
Not
down
because we're
here.
not smart enough, because we're definitely smart enough. It's just, we don't want to do that to people. That's
Right. You know what though, all four of those were public school kids that became NASA scientists that are now astronauts. I'm just
that's
putting that
awesome.
out there. Like, I saw that the other day, that's like, this teaching is hard, but like, think about it this way. Your kids have a few, like, your public school kids have a future. This is a
Yeah,
possibility of that future. Without their public school teachers, they never would have been able to get the foundations, because you can't just like, whatever, you can be as smart as you want without having a teacher teach you how to do certain things. You'll
yeah,
never progress. You can be a genius. Even Einstein had teachers. Even Sheldon Cooper had teachers.
right.
um you can be a genius, but you have to have someone help apply it to you. um but
Make you
yeah.
practice it, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was really cool to see, and for it being like in our lifetime, we never had
Mm-hmm.
anybody go moonwise, which was really interesting. Nobody like really locked in on it, and there were a lot of like sentimental part of it. It's like I heard something about different pieces of the ship were
Yeah,
different parts of excursions that didn't end up working or were
I know
trapped or
that was
whatever.
Orion got them this far, and the Challenger got them that far, and this, like, that one was
Right.
really sweet.
Right. So I was pretty excited to see that happen and be able to live that part of history,
Mm-hmm.
um, because it's not often that we end up getting to live the positive parts of history. Recently, it seems like we're always getting to live those negative parts of history that when, in 50 years when they pull out the MacBook Air 50, they're gonna look up the history of, the US history and it'll end up being talking about COVID and all the negative things that have happened.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to have that as part of our life is pretty cool.
It's one of
Um,
those, like, we keep living through these events where it's like, I'm tired of living through historical events, but that one, man, that's a good one to live through.
yeah, I can say, I was alive and I got to watch it, which was really cool. So, um, I do have a question for you. You are a big fan of sky and water. Um, I am not. Which would you prefer? If you had to like,
Ocean.
if you were all expense paid
Ocean.
trip, the ocean,
Maybe. That depends. What am I doing?
you're
I
getting into a submarine. If you're going the ocean, you're getting into a submarine and you're going to explore. Like,
Yeah,
there's
I'd
no
prefer the ocean.
real, really?
But I
I'd rather
like
the
the ocean.
space.
I don't because it's too quiet.
Fair. We'll just bring music.
No, because I want Wi-Fi. But
You
no,
can't have Wi-Fi, millions of feet down.
yeah, but I have octopuses. Also, we need to talk about your knowledge of depth of the ocean. Millions of feet is crazy.
They say kilometers. So like, what is the deepest part of the ocean that we have? What
Not
is that
millions
amount?
of feet.
What is the deepest part of the ocean
Deepest part
that
of the
amount?
ocean. Um, Deepest part of the ocean. I mean,
I mean, the Mariana Trench, yes, but like, what's the
Challenger Deep,
number?
located in the Western Pacific Ocean. It's 35,000 feet, so not anywhere near a million.
Well, that we know of.
It's 7 miles.
That we know of.
It is the deepest point on Earth. It has been in I understand, but from a purely like from a tectonic plate and like actually knowledge of like Earth's core kind of thing, that is the deepest point.
We don't know what's in the Mariana Trench. We don't know what's underneath.
I mean, I guess.
So we don't know if 7 miles down is the farthest.
That's a fair point, except, the Earth's core and they know because of like gravity and stuff, but
We don't know that though. We assume we have science to it, yes, but we don't know that for 100%. Same with if we go out to space, we don't know that when you get, which we do, but like we don't know that when you get past the moon, what's going to happen. We've only been to the moon.
well, yes, theoretically, yes, but also we know because of science.
Every great scientific argument started as a theory. So theoretically, could be the next great scientific breakthrough.
I want you in a submarine with me. I just would really like to hear.
Fuck no.
No, like I don't want to go deep. I
Absolutely
don't want to
not.
go deep, but I just want you in there just for your commentary, because I'd really just like to hear your thoughts on the things going around us.
No, you wouldn't, because it'd be all about death. We're gonna blow up. This thing's too small. I'm starting to panic. Oh no, I'm having a panic attack. Break
I'm
the windows, open the hatches. Now we're flooded and we're gonna die.
I'm gonna film it and put it on TikTok. I just want you to know that.
No, you won't, because you won't have Wi-Fi. You'll be underwater.
When I get back to my house, I'll have
You're
Wi-Fi.
gonna die because I'm gonna open the
Also,
hatch.
well, no. You know what though? If I do go on a submarine, I don't want it made by whoever made that submarine that exploded last year. Also,
No, no, no.
last year, year before,
Who knows? Every
recently.
year kind of merges together now.
Yeah, well, that's fair. No, I don't want it built by a billionaire. I kind of feel like I want it built by like marine biologists maybe and engineers that work on boats. I
Yeah.
would
Oh yeah.
trust. I wouldn't even. I would not trust the military at all. But I wouldn't really even trust the Navy. Knowing the guys that work on those subs, I don't trust subs.
You know what I want?
I've gone out disc golfing with them. Why would
Fair.
I trust them to build a submarine that I can stay in? No.
Fair point. I think I would like to, if I had to choose between the two, I would put myself on a rocket.
Um,
And I have a reason for it.
like I would, but space scares me.
Oh, yeah. I feel the same way about the ocean, though. Like, that's
Mm.
a scary place because you don't know what's in there, just like you don't know what's out there. But
Well,
here's the reason. Here's the winning argument right here.
we actually know more about
How
space
many
than we do
people
the
have
ocean.
died in the ocean? A lot. How many people have died in space?
Okay.
Very few to
How
zero.
how accessible is space versus how accessible is the ocean?
I'm talking not even like swimming. I'm talking in submarines, in like
Right.
the deep stuff.
Right. The accessibility though to go into the ocean is significantly easier than the accessibility to go to space.
Okay, well, percentage-wise, it still doesn't matter because if you go percentage-wise, it's still zero to however much. Like
Incorrect. People have died in space.
few and far between.
Now I'm googling it.
Not like on space missions. I mean actually in space.
Well, then the same could be said about the ocean. Like,
Mm-mm. No, like you can be on rockets and die, but you can't be like coming like the what was it? The Challenger that exploded? Whichever rocket ship that had the Caribou main teacher that was on it, and she like they went up and made it about
Challenger.
70 seconds. Yeah, Challenger. Um like that one I wouldn't count because yes, they were astronauts that were heading to space, but they weren't in space yet.
So, as of April 2026, 21 people have died during space flight related missions. However, the Soviet Union's Soyuz 11 crew in 1971 uh, perished due to sudden depressurization when they re-entered, so they were in space. I can't
Don't
click.
open it, don't open it. I
I
will tell you.
Yeah, no, I'm going on my phone to see what it is.
She's doing the can I come in the out now?
Okay, so I definitely gave her a timing. Um, I said give us 25 minutes, and she, can I come into the out now? Anyway, I like space is cool. And don't get me wrong, the planets, the stars, whatever, the ability to see the moon up close is great. I don't want to float.
But you float in water.
I sink like a rock. What do you
Well, when
mean?
you're swimming around, you're floating. You're keeping yourself up, you're floating.
No, I'm swimming.
Floating. Yeah, it's like spacewalking is still spacewalking. You're still floating.
I meant in the ship.
Well,
I
I
don't
think
know.
that'd be the fun part.
I also think with a submarine, like I could just get on board and just be like the health guy, you know, like I could just pass out band-aids to people. But on a rocket ship, like I'd have to know the science, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Artemis
I
2,
don't know.
very cool,
Yes,
very
very good,
exciting.
very cool. I
Um,
think I was just gonna say I think that people watching could like and share, and we would be off to the moon, just like the Artemis 2. Please don't leave.
no, I'm going to. I think.
That's crazy.
Anyway,
What are we at? 40, 45?
47. You're slacking.
Dang.
Yeah.
It's been a couple days. It's been a
Speaking of
week.
47, reminds me um your episode just posted. So day of
It
recording,
did.
your episode just
It did,
posted. So
yeah.
the first session of both Over the Horizons has posted. Um, Speaking of which, Mom and Rosemary, who aren't watching this, I was talking to them on the phone the other night, and I was like, "Yeah, so you guys saw the intro for the D&D one," and Rosemary goes, "What D&D podcast?" I was
Lord.
I was livid. Um,
Flabbergasted even.
my yeah, my flabbers were gasted. Um,
It's unfortunate.
well, you know, it always is. But I told them and I showed them the intro, and I was like, "This is what mine looks like. This is what Justin's looks like." I made them sit and watch the intros. And Rosemary said she's gonna watch it, but we'll see when we believe. But yes, so first session of both is posted.
Last I looked, your session or your episode had 99 views.
Whoa, that's more than it was 2 days ago. That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm expecting mine to get like 20.
Mm, I'm expecting at least 100.
Nah. Yours I felt like was more it was your because you've had experience. Yours was more flowing comparatively, I think.
Now, this is your first time DMing?
Yes.
Yes, so people can expect you to grow as you learn.
We'll see.
And
Maybe I'll
also,
just quit.
no. And also, your first time DMing is now in front of a camera. So you're having to, like, portray a different thing. I
Yes.
was lucky. My first time wasn't in front of a camera. Like, I mean, it was in this, but, like, no one was recording me, you know?
Yeah.
So I could make the
Nobody just pulled
mistakes.
up and said, "Don't worry, I just want to take a couple pictures."
No, Jeffrey Dahmer, they didn't. Was that Dahmer that did that?
I think so.
I can't keep my serial killer straight. Oh, speaking of serial killers, last thing before we go, because it's time. My child today, one of my kids, starts talking to me about, you know who Jack the Clown is? Like
Yeah.
creepy
I think.
pasta, Jack the Clown. He's usually in like gray and black like pictures. It's important to me that you all know who this is. Um, hold on. Jack the Clown.
I hope you guys enjoyed us like having
Yeah.
a bitch fest here, because that's what
Mm-hmm.
this was. We started most of this episode is us just bitching back and forth.
Laughing
So
Jack. My bad. This is him.
laughing Jack. Oh,
Yeah. So yeah, we're making masks at school right now. Like the ones they're just like the paper mache masks that you like paint them up really whatever. They're creepy as hell.
yeah.
But we made them, and he made his as a creepy clown. He's like obsessed with them right now. So we started talking about Laughing Jack, and I said, "Hey, bud, we can't talk about that. That's inappropriate." What? He's just like a funny clown. This is the bug boy. Um, and I was like, "Nope, we're not going to talk about it. It's inappropriate. Like, move on." So he starts talking about Slenderman, and I was like, "What did I just tell you?" Then he starts talking about Jack the Ripper, and I was like, "Nope, be done." And that he wasn't even that bad of a guy. Pretty famously, a very bad guy, actually.
Yeah.
Famously slaughtered and ripped apart women of the night after
Hey, fun
abusing
fact.
them.
I started putting high schoolers in timeout because they would say things that were inappropriate, and I'd say timeout and go point to a chair that they needed to sit in, and I wouldn't let them get away. Like they'd be like, "Well, that's funny, haha," and I'm like, "I'm not joking. Go sit. You're in timeout."
I like this. I just pull dots. So I was like,
I don't
that's
have a
inappropriate.
dot
No, I
system.
know.
Um,
It
I
works for my
should though.
school, but like, you have to have it as a full school program or it doesn't work at all. And really, it needs to be like everybody on board. But yeah, so my child kept bringing up more and more serial killers. That was where I was going with that. Um, he brought up Jack the Ripper. He brought up Ed Gein. He brought up the clown guy.
Gacy.
Yeah, that's the one. Jevin, yes. Um,
Whoa,
do you
whoa.
not remember that from the Friends meetup? We played that game where it was like, what do we think he looks like, and a bunch of us said John Wayne Gacy.
Oh, I, I, I remember it. I don't remember remembering it.
Because I thought we were going to keep that joke going. Sorry, Jevin. My bad, homie. I should change his number in my phone to say Jevin again. Um. Anyway, so what a crazy thing to end on.
You know
So
what
he
you should
just
also change? My name in your phone.
when you change Jimmy, I will.
I will. I'm waiting for you to change yours.
Change it right now.
We should probably close out our episode
No, I'm doing it
first.
right now. No,
All right. Well, I'm gonna close out the episode.
nope,
Jasmine, where
nope,
can they
nope.
find
Change
you?
Lash. Change Jimmy. Okay, it's gone.
What is it
Uh,
now? What is it
it's
now?
bestest friend ever with the little heart thing. Which is what mine should be in your phone, but it's fine. Anyway, they can find me over at asminstah. I said a couple episodes ago that I was streaming more. I have streamed once since then, so say love you. But I have my new desk and my new streaming setup, so maybe I can do it. But yeah, no, asminstah on all my socials. Go follow the show, YouTube, Spotify, all the things. Please make sure you support the D&D podcast. We put a lot of work and effort into it, and we're really excited for it. So share it out. Take clips, all that good stuff. If you have any funny clips that you've made of it, please send them to me because I would love to post them. Excuse me. And that goes for any of our podcast episodes if you find us particularly funny, which we are. You can
Always.
find the show.
Except for this episode. We weren't that funny this episode.
I think we were hilarious and also depressing as hell. You can
Super.
find the show at No Impulse Control on everything that you would find podcast things on. Not everything. Instagram and TikTok. And then merch, just like Justin said. That's all I got. Justin, where can they find you?
TSK1239, the Soccer King 1239. Good luck. Happy hunting. Go find this logo and get your own merch.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
also share with your people. Stop being so selfish.
Damn.
Share us. All right? Otherwise, we're gonna come for you.
On that note,
Peace out.
bye.